Hello, my name is Lisa Foyles, and I'm here to backpedal. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 26. This is going to start out as a normal podcast episode, but it's not going to end that way. So most of my band came over the other evening after many hours of drinking. You should see this graveyard of drinks. The glasses, here, I'll show the picture. Just look at, that's so unhealthy. Look what we did that. We did that willingly. So we drank for so long, so many hours, and they came over, and we all just kind of settled here on the podcast set. And I say settled, but there was no settling. It was pure shenanigans and chaos. And Darren falling down the stairs at one point. We had the cameras rolling the whole time, and I'm like, this is great. Now we're filming a podcast episode. I don't have to do one by myself this week. And then I look back at the footage, and I'm like, I cannot air this in full. I cannot do this. Do you know that clip from Family Guy where Peter and Lois are on stage and they're like playing guitar and they think they're doing amazing and they have these like heavenly voices and they think they're totally crushing it, and then they show what actually is happening and they're just screaming and smashing their instruments? Good. Why are you starting in the middle of my sentence? Hold on. I'm going to find the clip because it's so funny and it's so... Can this ad just absolutely stop? It's so loud. Rage. So much rage. How do I turn this off?
Our final performance of the night, let's hear it for Handful of Peter.
Handful of Peter, that's it. Yeah. So they were smoking something.
Everybody's hot.
Okay, I'm not gonna play this whole thing. But yeah, anyway, they're playing and they think that they're incredible. And then what actually happened was
I was in the audience.
Look, Kevin's like, I'm out. Yeah, that was us. So I'm like, to save my own reputation and the reputation of my band members, I'm just going to put together sort of a clip show at the end of this podcast. And good luck to everyone who wants to stay and watch that. That's going to be in the video version, which is on Spotify and YouTube. Anyway, okay, so at the beginning I said I'm here to backpedal, right? But then I was realizing that the thing I want to backpedal about, I don't think I've ever actually said it on this podcast. So I'm kind of pre-backpedaling. It's almost like pre-apologizing. It's like I'm going to apologize for something I never actually said, but I thought it. Precautions. We're taking precautions. That's not true. I've said it at parties. It's kind of to test the waters. Like, what kind of party is this going to be? Do people feel like arguing? Oh, hold on. It's winding down. Computer's winding down. Good. So I don't really believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, right? And I'll tell you why I don't. Because you know what conspiracy theorists love? They love paragraphs. So many of them. Back to back. Just over and over. So many words. They love to just go on and on and on and on and on about their theories. I don't have time for that. Are you hearing the cats fight right now? Don't bring the fight to my set. Don't bring the fight here. Go upstairs. Anyway... so I don't have time to read that, right? So that's mainly why. I think I could probably be swayed on a lot more conspiracy theories if they just kept it short, just keep it tight. But the one time I did have time, I was road tripping from California back to Vegas. I didn't have anything to do. And we were listening to Nirvana. Nirvana's on in the car, and I was like, man, this was a long time, years ago. I was like, man, whatever happened to Kurt Cobain? How did that whole thing end? And Sean, my husband, is like, you don't know? And I'm like, I wouldn't have asked if I knew. That's the source of the questioning. It's because I don't know. You want to come up here? Come on up. So he's like, well, why don't you Google it? He said, that sounds... made it seem like the dickest thing to say ever. Why don't you Google it? No, he actually was just like, you're in for a treat. Why don't you do some Googling? So I read up on it and I was like, oh my gosh, that is gruesome. I'm going to try not to get into great detail here on my family podcast, but can you go that way, please, girl Kevin? I'm going to hoist you. Ready? We're hoisting? Good. So basically, Kurt Cobain offed himself in a house in Seattle with a shotgun in the head, and it was awful, so awful, right? So I'm just first emotion, right? This is so terrible. you know? Dang. Okay, cat on my shoulder. Now I'm like a pirate. Look at it. But then I keep reading. And then in this, I think it was like the Wikipedia article or whatever, it was like, but also there was some suspicious behavior surrounding his death. And I'm like, what? I've got 2 hours of uninterrupted time to read some paragraphs. Let's find out more. So then I start deep diving. I'm deep diving. You know, in my other episode, I talk about my old-timey, I'm deep diving in, old-timey, got my hands above my head. I got the stripy swimsuit on. I'm deep diving into the conspiracy theory. I'm swimming in these paragraphs, right? I'm swimming. I'm backstroking. I'm butterflying through these paragraphs. I am so convinced. I've become so convinced after reading all these paragraphs that Courtney Love did it. I'm like, she did it. Just one thing after another. You know, how could he have pulled the trigger with his toe? He would have had to do it with his toe, right? What kind of dexterity you have to do that? Especially if you got all them drugs in you. He had a lot of drugs in him. That was kind of his thing. Also his note that he left, only the bottom section, which wasn't really in his same handwriting. Only the bottom section was the only part that mentioned, like, you know, bye, I'm gonna miss you. The rest was just kind of like poetry or whatever, you know, him just like stream of consciousness. But then it was the very bottom where it was like, and also in conclusion, I'm going to die now. So I was like, okay, that's a little strange. It doesn't really match the whole flow. Also his what else? His tires were slashed. Yeah, the doors were locked from the outside. They gave Courtney the weapon afterward, and she burned it. She like melted it. She like destroyed it, like while the case was still going on. And also, he was about to divorce her. Right? See? So many things, right? One after another. And there's all these websites like Justice for Kurt, and like people still you know, want to see her go down for this. And look, I don't know these people. Okay, again, this is a comedy podcast. I'm just commenting on this. It's, you know, it's celebrity, the zeitgeist, guys. It's the zeitgeist. Am I even using that term correctly? I don't know. Don't look it up. But however, I spent 2 hours the other night watching Nirvana videos, just going back and watching old concerts. And I got to tell you, I am shocked to my core that Kurt lived as long as he did. I flip-flopped so quick. I flip-flopped, guys. I went full pancake. I flopped. I flipped and I flopped. At first, it was like, oh, this is so sad. This dude was cut down in his prime. Like, she probably did it. This is so sad. Think of the rest of this man's life that he could have lived. It could have been, think of all the things he could have done. And then I'm watching this like, yeah. So sad, but like, damn. The things that they do on stage. Have you know, I've always like heard of all the antics that Nirvana engaged in on stage, like all the silly stuff they did, but I never actually like sat down and watched it until this other night. Dude, they were so unhinged all the time. From every interview to just like backstage shenanigans. Oh my gosh, the things they were doing on stage, you guys. We were watching one concert and they had those big angel set pieces, you know, from that one album, In Utero. And Sean and I were like, dang, those are probably worth so much money. I wonder if they're just in like somebody's storage unit right now. It'd be really cool to find those. And then we got to the end of the concert and they had just destroyed them. They absolutely destroyed them. So we're like, yeah, those set pieces definitely don't exist. At one point, Kurt Cobain was using his guitar as a bat to hit pieces of another guitar into the set. It's just pure chaos. There is so much destruction and insanity happening on stage with Nirvana all the time. How did they all live as long as they did? How am I able to wear a Foo Fighters shirt right now? How is Dave Grohl alive? How did they get through that? Oh my God. And then all the drugs and alcohol on top of it. Dude, I was laughing so hard at all the stuff they were doing. Oh my gosh, that interview with, Charles Barkley? Was it Charles Barkley?
Hi, I'm Charles Barkley, host of the season premiere of Saturday Night Live with Nirvana. Look, Mom, your favorite, Nirvana.
Kurt's face and Dave's eyes. Oh my God. Dave looks like that meme. You know that little puppet meme where it's like, he like awkwardly like looks at the camera and then like looks away. Can you not meow while I'm in the middle of my podcast? I was just in the middle of a thought and you're meowing. You're doing your seagull thing and you're throwing me off. Anyway, in conclusion, I'm just backpedaling to everybody that I tried to convince of this conspiracy theory. Can you not eat my hair? I told so many people, I'm like, let me just give you some paragraphs real quick on this conspiracy theory and you're going to join my side. I feel so bad about that because look at this lifestyle. That's insane. Incredible. He lived as long as he did. And on this same note, you know who I'm so proud of? His daughter, Frances Bean Cobain. Genuinely so proud of her. I'm more proud of her than anybody on this earth, genuinely. More than my kids. Hands down. Easy. Dude, she's had her own struggles, but like every day that girl doesn't wake up in a gutter fighting the undertow of her own vomit river with 15 heroin needles sticking out of her neck, just like an Elizabethan collar of heroin needles, is a hugely successful day for her. That's her promotion in a corner office, straight up. Oh my gosh. The cards she was dealt with Kurt as her dad and Courtney as her mom, in that environment, with that amount of chaos, she's doing great. She's thriving. She just got married. Dude, TMZ's tried to take her down so many times. Like, oh, Frances Bean Cobain got divorced at 23. And Frances Bean Cobain lost her father's prized left-handed guitar in the divorce. Who cares? She's alive. She has no business thriving, and she's thriving. She's like sober now. Dude, she's beautiful. She's crushing it. I'm so proud of her. I'm super proud. Anyway, I got to keep moving on. So anyway, let's talk about the hang. Okay, we're going to talk about the hang. I needed the hang. I needed it so bad. You got to be careful about the Sunday hang. That's what I've learned in my many years of living. It's never the nights where you're preparing to be irresponsible. Can I try again? It's never the nights where you're prepared to be irresponsible that you're irresponsible. It's the days that come out of nowhere, right? It's the Sunday hang. There's been so many times where like Sean and I, we get a babysitter and we take an Uber and we're going to an event and we're like, hey, we can be irresponsible and we can drink like monsters. And it's, oh my gosh, can you guys just not fight on me, please? The disrespect happening right now, the pure disrespect. Can you guys not, please? Can you not? Where even was I? Okay. There's been nights where we had it all set up where we're like, we can go crazy with no repercussions, no cushions. We're going to go crazy, no cushions. No rammies. That's what I said before. No rammies, no ramifications. It's never those nights. Those are always the nights where like you finish up around 11 p.m. and you're like, you know what? I actually think I'm done drinking and I'd like to go home and go to bed. I don't like this move I've been doing with my arm through this whole podcast. So please just excuse that. This is why you want to be an audio listener so you don't see my awkward arm movements throughout this show. It's never those nights. It's, you know what it is? It's when somebody calls you at 2 p.m. on a Sunday and says, hey, you want to hang out? We're all meeting at this bar. You're done. You're done. It's the Sunday hang. Beware the Sunday hang. It just, there was no planning. I just, Sean and Darren and our friend Scott, they were already at a bar. I got done with my responsibilities for that day. And so I was like, I want to come hang. My kids were gone. They were with grandma and grandpa. And I call up James. I call up Z. I call up Brendan. And I'm like, yo, we're doing it. Come meet us at the bar. Let's just hang for a little bit. Let's just do a quick hang. And they're like, cool. So they get there. It was not a quick hang. It was, I'm going to show a couple videos just real quick of that.
I'm not going to do it now. I thought my friend Lisa wasn't a f***ing chicken. It's so funny because she made me drink.
Do the worm.
And then now you've taken hers.
Content. Lisa, go.
No, I can't.
Lisa.
The floor is too hard.
Come on.
It's too f***ing hard.
Go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go.
I'll try.
Here it is.
You gotta go like, ooh. I can't do it. I can't do it. The floor's too hard. The floor's too hard.
So that was at the bar. We were there for so many hours. We were there for so long. Like, why am I doing the worm on the floor of a PT's? Like, some of the grossest bars in Las Vegas are PT's, and that's just me on the ground. So glad everyone around me just allowed me to do that. Thanks, guys. Dude, I woke up so hungover the next day. We were just laying on the couch. We were watching that new, the new Squid Game reality series where they like actually reenact everything in Squid Game for realsies. And I was so hungover and so out of it, I couldn't even focus on the actual show because I just kept thinking, I wonder how many times the producers of this show had to tell these people, we're not actually going to kill you. And how much doubt remained in their minds, right? They don't know. They don't know. They signed up for this thing. This could all be the work of a billionaire, just like in the narrative show. But like, how many times though did somebody in that crew have to be like, we're not actually going to kill you? It had to be hundreds and hundreds of times. And how many times were the contestants like, you're not actually going to kill us, right? Secretly thinking they're going to die. And this is the end. Anyway, so where are we at? 18. Fantastic. This is about as much normal podcasting as I wanted to do. As you can see, my set is still kind of in shambles. I cleaned up most of the beer bottles and the whiskey glasses. Kevin's been trying to eat those fishy crackers, those goldfish crackers. I'm pretty sure James got those out, ate 3 of them, and then left it there. Here's his nicotine gum packaging next to a guitar pick. Okay, that tracks. There's a Stormtrooper helmet that I think Darren was wearing at one point, and a silly slide whistle. And just some random instruments down here. Pure chaos. We're basically the Always Sunny gang, right? The gang does a podcast, is what that was. James is Mac, and Sean is Dennis, and Brendan is Charlie, and I'm Dee, and Darren's Danny DeVito. All right, I'm going to let us take it from here. You know what is it? What do they say in Inferno, Dante's Inferno? Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Look, I'm doing this thing with my arm again. Don't like that. What's up, guys? I'm Lisa Foyles. This is Temperamental. Welcome to this, whatever episode it is.
This podcast sucks.
Looking great, boys.
Sit down.
Everybody chill.
Sit down.
Podcast is about to start.
Sit down. Lisa, how far out? Sean doesn't understand the way he's making me feel.
No one can help me, but that's great.
I would love to help you.
Oh, God damn it.
Sean, record it.
Hi, I'm Lisa Foyles. Welcome to Temperamental. I have 3 new hosts that I didn't ask for, but here's...
Hi, she's Lisa Foyles.
Welcome, James Von Boldt and Darren Trenikos and Brendan, who has... Can you not do that? Brendan,
Where's Brendan?
who's chosen not to sit here, even though he's
Brendan
fully welcome.
has to get back on camera.
I didn't know I had a stick.
And you got a stick. Oh, you want to do a man pile? Should we do a man
That
pile?
chair has reached capacity, actually.
I don't know how I feel about a man
Look at
pile,
us.
but let's do it.
Yeah, she doubted us, and now we're here.
He's
Look at
squatting.
us.
Good. Love it. Hey, guys.
The worst host I've ever
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Tell me about the new album, James.
This is the slowest show I've ever
No.
seen.
Get your together, Lisa.
This might be.
Come on, you're supposed to be the interviewer.
I
We're
just
the
f***ing said, tell me about the new album.
What album?
That
it's
you
not
all
new.
f***ing
The
played
new
on,
album.
except
Aren't
Brendan.
you in the band? Don't
Yeah,
you
aren't
know
you
about
in the
this
band?
already?
Okay, well then you know what? Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. How about
What should we
that?
talk about?
Go
should
ahead.
we talk about
I like strippers.
Strippers? You like
Yeah,
strippers?
yeah.
Depends on the stripper.
I'm particularly hungry.
For strippers?
I could do with a burrito over a stripper.
All that sounds.
It's less money, and I'm more satiated at the end of the evening.
She went through all this work to get all this set up.
I know. We're
And
talking about burritos and strippers.
Sean went through twice the work to get it set up.
And here we're talking about burritos versus strippers is where we're
Let's
at.
talk about what were we doing tonight. We were playing darts, and we were at where were we at?
This is why you're not on the podcast.
Well, I don't know. You might want to know.
What were we doing tonight? Well,
don't know.
We played darts. Yeah, this
That's
is
not
good
interesting?
podcast material.
I don't know where my whiskey is. I'm gonna go find my whiskey. Let's do it.
I've only seen like half of an episode of this show, and I'll be honest, being on it, it kind of reminds me of Space Ghost.
Welcome to episode 1 of Temperamental podcast with Brendan Shane.
No, it's episode 1.
Episode 1.
Episode 1 of Brendan's podcast.
Look, this is the prequels of the Temperamental.
Yeah. Lisa, quit f***ing with the lore.
Yeah, this is. She doesn't understand the continuity.
This is what made you famous. This band, Von Boldt, made you famous so you could do Temperamental.
Brendan's
follow you.
running the show.
Yeah.
Brendan's the interviewer or the host.
I hope she goes through this and bleeps out every we say.
Thankfully, it's just us now.
Hey, Lisa.
Okay, so here's this very serious question. I don't know what they're doing over there. Can you not yell, please? We're actually he's putting he just dunked my uke. Darren just dunked my ukulele in the basketball hoop. Totally fine. I'll leave in just a second. Brendan, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? That's the question.
What?
Darren, sit down.
What was your question?
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not?
Die Hard is forever Christmas movie,
without a doubt,
and
Die
so
Hard
is the
a Christmas
Gremlins.
movie.
James?
No, you said Die Hard was not a Christmas movie, I think.
James, do you think Die Hard
The
is
rest
not a
of Von
Christmas
Bolt all agree that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
movie? What?
I mean, you're already gonna get canceled, but. Am I gonna get canceled? Oh, was that Nothing Else Matters on fucking ukulele?
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
Oh, well, yeah. I heard it.
I think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I think it is. So I'm gonna go team Christmas movie. Can you please play this? That'd be great. Can you please play this? That'd be great. Can you please hold this picture of me and Bruce Willis? That'd be great.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
And
Is that really a picture of you and Bruce Willis?
Holy shit, it is. This is legitimately. Wait. Stop. So this really is a picture of. Wait. I want to know the story. This is a picture of Lisa with Bruce Willis. How did this happen?
in a comically large cowboy hat made of foam. I was doing a live show called Snick Sleepover Jam. And and Bruce Willis's children, Scout and the other one, Rumor or whatever, they were like in the show as like extras, right? I was hosting the show. They were in there as extras. And in the shadows was, hey, listen, in the shadows of the set was Bruce, Demi Moore, and Ashton Kutcher, right? So, Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore and Bruce Willis were all in the shadows, right? That's controversial because, right? She was married to him, but then Ashton Kutcher came along. You're not even listening.
I am.
Great,
I'm
love
scoring.
it. So then the director went to Bruce Willis and was like, yo, will you be in a scene? And he's like, absolutely, I will do it.
I want to ask a question to that. So, Lisa, I've known you for quite some time. And in this picture, you are quite younger than when I met you. Yeah. And Bruce Willis is quite younger than he is now.
Hey, Darren, tell us more about time.
Hey, we're rocking all night live at the Snick Sleepover Jam. So, you having a good time? Yeah. And how about you? Good. And how about you? Hey, you're Bruce Willis.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Cool, so you played the voice of Spike in Rugrats Go Wild, but Spike doesn't talk, so what did you say?
Woof.
Dad!
What? That's what he said. He said woof.
He gets on the set. We're going live in like, you know how they do the like 5, 4, 3. They don't say the 2, 1. They go the 5, 4. They don't do a slide whistle, and they don't do a what's that instrument called? They go 5, 4. No, they're silent. And then it's me and Bruce Willis, and I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Lisa Foyles from All That. Snake Sleepover Jam. I'm here with Bruce Willis. And then I ask him a question, and he's great. And I do amazing, and that's the end of it.
If there's anything this band has always loved, it's your stories.
More scotch!
I hate all of you equally. Oh, there he goes.
Welcome to episode 25 of Temperamental
Or 26,
Podcast.
we're not sure.
I thought that was a precipice to my kingdom.
I'm really upset that I didn't slide whistle as you fell.
Yeah, I can't believe you missed that.